Hello and welcome back to another week at the Rookery. As you can see from all the destruction around me, we have carried on doing some demolition work ready for the new kitchen and utility which is going in this area. But the focus of this week's video is to make a start on the 13 new windows that we've got to put in this property. We've had a very big delivery of windows and doors, which are behind you on the camera right now. So if you want to follow along and find out how we go about replacing our UPVC windows and doors, stick around for this video and find out how we fitted this new one. Let's go. So first of all, we've got to remove this old window. I thought this would be a nice easy job. I'd simply pop out the beading around the outside of the window with these rolled wooden style windows. The glass would pop out nice and easy. However, all of the glass panes had been puttied in, so this was never going to come out. What I then had to do was start cutting the window to pieces, which you'll see a little bit further down this video. What you can hear in the background is my glamorous assistant and better half, Samantha, who's currently shoveling up all of the detritus from the floor from all the demolition that we've been doing this week. So provide a little bit of a construction ASMR for you. At this point I realised it'd probably be a good idea to head upstairs and start clearing the windowsill around the window that I'm actually going to take out. There's no point making even more dirt than we already have up there. I then start fiddling around with this pane of glass again in the hope that I can get it out without smashing it and creating more mess. I eventually get bored of that and decide it's time to start taking out some of the easy bits of glass. I'm just in the bathroom there now, removing all the tiles from around the windowsill and around the uprights of the window. so we can make way for me to be able to get the crowbar in and start levering the window away. Easiest way to remove an old wooden window is to just cut it up into pieces, take it out piece by piece. These windows are beyond saving, they're completely rotten in areas, they're no good to anybody, so they're going straight into the skip. Quick check, make sure Samantha's not right below me without a hard hat on. And carry on trying to remove as many fixings as we can from the window to make it easier to get out. Not one to be defeated, I decided to give the other pane another go, and as you can see, inevitably the glass smashed. No idea what the noise was at that point, but we don't have Formula 1 in the area at the minute. And finally the stubborn pane gives way and we managed to get it out. I'll just speed this up a bit, but basically we're just carrying on through, cutting the window into pieces, levering it where we can, and trying to get it out of the gap. We're stuck in there pretty well, but it does eventually desist. And we managed to get the old frame out and make a nice clean opening ready for the new window to go into. And there it goes, down onto the rubbish pile. So I'll just have a little clean up in the opening, As I said before, all the windows have been putted in. Now in modern times we silicone windows, but this was like a soft plasticine that had been buttered all around the window. So I get an old screwdriver, give it all a scrape off, make the opening nice and clean, so nothing's stopping us fitting the new window. Won't bore you with too much of this sweeping up. It's just generally cleaning the opening, ready for the new window to go in. We'll add a cut here and we'll skip straight ahead to fit in the new window. So we're back down at ground level now, and I'm going to put some silicone onto the top side of the sill, and then you'll see me flip it around and fit it upside down to the window. We're going to put some screws into that, and basically we're just adding a water barrier so no water can seep back up through the window and get trapped underneath the sill. Depending on how you fit in your window, you need to offer up your sill first and make sure you get the window and the sill lined up, because if you screw it to the window as I am in this video and then you try and offer it up, you might find that you need to cut some off the sill, or you might have the sill even too short on one end. I'd actually already done that behind the scenes and I'd got a centralised mark that I was working to. Putting 3 2-inch screws into the windowsill now. Don't need anything too dramatic, it's just to hold it in place. You also don't want anything too big that it's going to go through and punch out the actual glass that you're going to put into the frame. Sam struggling away there in the background. I know all YouTubers request like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'm not going to be any different. It really does help the channel, and it will get us out there and grow the channel for us. So it's a good idea now to fit the trickle vents. You don't want to be dangling up the top of a ladder when you could fit them on the ground. So they simply snap in with these little umbrella style clips. You force them into the hole and then they snap open and lock it in place. And then I'm just going to put some really small 10mm screws for each hole, and then you'll see me fit the trim cap over the top. It just covers it up, makes it look nice and tidy. Take your time with these trim caps, try not to fumble it and stick it in a hole sideways like I did on this one. Took some extra time to try and pull it out, but we got there in the end.
Don't forget to take that tape off before you put it in. Yeah, that needs to come off.
And just repeat this process for the left hand window, and we're almost ready to put it in the hole. So now with the help of my assistant, it's time to offer the window up into place and see if it fits well. I haven't put the end caps on the sill at this point, and we still haven't. I didn't have any more to fix at the time. So that's one job that's got to be done at a later date. Really, you should remove at least a centimetre from your measurements when you're ordering these windows. But I wanted them nice and snug, so I didn't have to put too much foam filler in there. Just wanted a nice bead of silicone around the edge. So I took the risk and I achieved it, and this window fits really nice.
Perfect. Okay, not much gap over there. We'll mark at the top. You want to grab them packers for me? Good. A couple of grey ones, please. The thickest ones you can find.
Grey?
Yeah, thickest ones you can find.
A pink sticker.
Okay, pink will do. I'll have 4 of them. Oh no, actually. Pink, and then one about half that size, please.
So at this point now, I'm just adding some UPVC packers underneath the sill. There really isn't a lot of space under there. I just needed to bring it up a little bit just to even it out top and bottom. And then I'll be putting a screw through the sill in the centre then to support the main beam.
No, we'll be there. Yeah, perfect to the top.
Luckily we had the old edge of the plaster to go to, so the window turned out nice and level first time round.
I need to come inside and 3 fixings in it.
Okay.
Right, I'll be in 2 seconds.
I'll hold the window.
Okay, I've got to bring the camera with me, so. And find fixings.
You join me now in the bathroom as I'm getting ready to put some fixings into the side of the window. We're doing 3 on each side, just should keep it nice and secure. And then I'm going to put 1 in the bottom next to the central column and 1 in the top next to the central column. Now the bottom one will be nice and easy, apart from the fact that during this video you see I need to go and buy a new drill bit. The top one will be a little bit more difficult because this house has got reinforced concrete lintels above every single window, which I'm keeping because it was just too much of an effort to try and take them all out and put in steel lintels. So I am keeping the concrete lintels, but we are going to paint them in charcoal green, same as the window paint. This is part of the video about the drill bit that I was talking about. As you can see, I have to keep swapping around to multiple different drill bits. As I was pulling them out of my toolbox from previous restorations we've done in the old house, I realised that the 6mm SDS bit that I had was completely blunt, so I'm having to swap round from a plastic bit to go through the window, a masonry bit to go through some of the brickwork, and then a SDS drill bit in the normal chuck to go through some of the other brickwork. I bought a new one today, so hopefully we can crack on with these windows now and it'll be a bit speedy. So with the holes all drilled into the framework now, I'm going to start fixing them in with 100mm by 7.5 concrete screws. Now if you never used these concrete screws before, they don't need any bore plugs, they just need the correct size hole, and then the barbs on the threads of the screws simply bite into the brickwork that you're screwing them into. Fantastic bit of kit, saves a lot of time.
So they've got like barbs all the way around them.
I know you can get different roll plugs, I didn't know you could get.
Seal of approval.
That huge concrete lintel there.
Hold on tight for this bit because Sam decides to come and speak to me, but I do not understand a word she's saying.
Which is silicon. I can't say it.
Where's that clapperboard? Take two.
What's your silicon in it? For God's sake, why can't I say it? Siliconating.
Better.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
silicon in it in.
We'll get there in a minute, folks.
Silicon in it.
Are you okay?
I can't say it. Once it's glued in,
Right.
it should be alright.
Blink, blink if you need help.
I can't say it. I can't say them flowers. Chrysanthemums.
Hermione.
Chrysanthemums.
Hermione.
Hermione. Well, I'm on your wallpaper.
It had been a very long day, and I think the heat had started to get to both of us at this point. The language just wasn't working.
Remove these stickers.
Yeah.
At this point, we're just going through, taking off all the films that come on the window to protect it during transportation. Sam's got a bit of a weird fetish for that. She likes to be peeling all the stickers off, so that's Sam's job to do. I'm then taking off all the beadings around the insides of the window frames, ready to fit some glass once Sam's finished doing that.
What? I don't know where my rubber mallet is. That's everything, isn't it?
Rubber mallet?
Hmm?
What do you need a rubber mallet for?
To hit these back in.
Oh, that needs a blade there.
Okay, just leave it.
Wallpaper, right, let me see. Oh, there's more to it.
Now I'm just laying in the glazing packers. They fit in the bottom of the frame and snap into place. These will just keep the glass in the right place once it's in. Usually you would toe and heel a window like this, as it is an opening window. So you would put packers into the opposing side of the glass to stop it catching on the frame as it opens. However, this window was pretty good from the off and we didn't need to pack any. This is probably a good time to mention that we ordered all of our windows from a place in Hinckley, Warwickshire, called modernupvcwindows.co.uk. So you can go on their website and you can download a measuring form for doors and windows that tell you exactly how to measure it to get it right. So you simply take the measurements of all your windows and doors. You go onto their website. It's completely self-explanatory. You can build French windows, French doors. You can build sash windows, standard windows, pretty much any type of UPVC door or composite door that you would need. Once you've placed your order, in a few days' time, you get a phone call from a member of their staff. They go through every window and door that you've ordered. They make sure of any mistakes and they'll put anything right for you there and then, confirm the order. And then our windows showed up a month later on the exact date that they said they would be here. The doors came in 2 separate deliveries, but they were both delivered on exactly the same day as they said they would be. It's fantastic service from them, and I'm really pleased with the windows. So I will leave a link to that website in the description of this video. And if you're looking for really cost-effective windows and doors that you can fit yourself, hopefully after watching this video, head over there, order some, and get them fitted.
Yeah, in the ideal world, you wouldn't be using a lump hammer.
No.
As you just heard me mention then, in the ideal world you wouldn't be using a lump hammer to fit beading around a window, just in case you crack the glass. However, it's what I had to hand, so I cracked on and used it. A small rubber mallet would be perfect for this job. Sometimes it leaves black marks on the beading, but that's the best thing to use, is a rubber mallet. Saves you smashing the glass and having an expensive mistake. It's also worth noting that you should put in your shortest pieces of beading first, which is a lesson I learnt on this, so you can then bend in the longer ones from top to bottom.
I was being nosy with the neighbours.
Oh, what was you doing?
I could hear someone talking and I thought it was the ones over the road arguing again. Don't go through that window.
Hey?
You're making me nervous. Can't you lot bend it in?
Yeah.
And know for next time.
Hey?
And then you'll know for next time.
That's going to bug the life out of me.
Speed this up a little bit for you here, because you don't need to see me fit every single pane of glass, but basically exactly the same. Place the packers in the frame, place the glass in, and then put your beading in. We're starting with your shortest pieces first. So we'll work our way all the way around the window during this sped up piece, and then I think we'll finally be done with this one. Just need to get rid of all these little bits of packing material that comes on the glass here. Manufacturer stickers and blue transport pads. They just allow the glass to be stacked next to each other so it doesn't get broke in transit. Since for this project we had about 50 pieces of glass delivered, so it was quite a lot. Next thing for us to do is to fit the inside plate for the trickle vents. It's quite simple. All you need to do is exactly the same as we did on the outside. Snaps in with the 2 little umbrella clips and then a couple of screws, put them into place. It's nice and simple. At this point I realised that there was a rattle on the window. After a bit of investigation I realised it was the catch screw that was loose on the outside of the frame. So although I don't fix it in this video, I have actually fixed it now. The annoying rattle is now gone. So all that's left to do now is have a good clean of the glass panes and the frame itself, get any dirty fingerprints off or any marks that we've caused during the installation. As you can see, the glass itself has actually got a serial number written on there in paint marker, which has to come off. It's just a serial number to tell you which pane of glass goes with which window. I don't know why that's on there, because it's actually on the label that each pane of glass came with to say which window that I've labelled the glass for. So yeah, we'll get all that off, we'll give it a good clean, and then we'll head outside and we'll do exactly the same. We'll just take 2 minutes now at the end of this frame to admire how clean and fresh the inside of that window looks. It's just being let down by the rest of the bathroom that needs to follow soon. Quick change of scenery then, we're outside now, just removing any travel film, removing any of the blue plastic travel pads and any labels off the windows. Again, we'll give it all a good clean. You'll notice in this video a lot more that I've not put the end caps onto the sill. This is something that I'll pop up and do on a later date. I didn't have any more to fix to do it just before we started this little window. Also, the outside of the window will all need silicone in. I've got to order some Chartwell green silicone for that. Every window will be siliconed in Chartwell green so it matches nicely. But yeah, I hope this video has been really informative for you. It's not a complete tutorial, but it should be nice and easy for you to follow along. So if you do need to fit UPVC windows, this is how you do it. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope it's been helpful to you. Samantha, can you go and open the 2 windows again for me so I can get the rest of the plastic off?
Yeah, there's green pencil.
Oh, it's fell out of my pocket earlier on.
Excuse me?
What?
I've cleaned up. Can you stop making a mess?
Steadily. Yeah, let me bring up the looking like that.
So upcoming now is a shot of the completely finished project in twilight with a nice bathroom light shining behind it. I think you'll all agree that the charcoal green looks really nice. Please do give the channel a like, share and a subscribe. It really will help it get it out there for us. We're hoping to build the channel on this project. So thanks for watching. See you next time.